Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is MRC. So today this video is all about training needs analysis or automating a TNA, that is by the training departments. So we can start with they have a file here. So this is the company is ICC, Infinity Construction Companies, and so basically this is their rough copy of the TNA. So we shall be looking at the average individual compliance of the team. So we shall also look at that. Then we shall also see how we can use conditional formatting in most of these trainings. So we shall look at all that. This will be a series. This will be a series of trainings and on how to work around the TNA. Okay. So I think we can start with a brief introduction, and for a good period of time I haven't been online. So this is what we have now, and we shall start by, okay, we can look at the average compliance. So how do we get the average compliance? Okay, this was an error. Okay, we can either use a formula, we can assume. So when I'm talking about the TNA, that means anyone who's watching this video is well conversant with it. So this is already a developed one. It's just more of like automating it and seeing how it can give us realistic figures based on the percentages that come up from the trainings. Then we shall also, okay, we shall learn, because this will be series of trainings, because I can't finish it like the whole day. So basically the easiest formula everyone would know is calculating the average, whereby you just put in equal sign, then average. Okay, then then you select. So in this company we are looking at approximately, there are how many people? There are 6 people, where we have the HSE manager. Now this is in this you can even add the names. If you, for example, if I can just give an example. If this is Chizito, yeah, I can use like Chizito Tuanze. So if we can give an example, that's our HSE manager. So you can automate, you can feed in that data, and it shows he did his site orientation the day when he came to site, or the day when he did this training, which is mandatory. So he did it on that day. So we already populated most of this information, and we are now calculating. So my area of focus here now would be this. So most of the times you find many worksheets or many workbooks with this hash. Okay, this is an error. It's because I'm dividing by 0. There's nothing inside here. But we can modify this. We can modify this. So when I click here, I can add another function. Like for example, I can add, is it an error? Is error. So something like that. So when I add is error, then I close, I press enter, it will tell me true. Yes, it's an error. Why? Because it gave us hash divide, hash div. Then what condition can you put? So we can add a condition in this formula. So I can copy this, then I can add an if bracket. If this is an error, you'll notice that it is telling us if the value is true. Yes, it is true. If it's an error, what should I do? I tell the computer, leave it blank. Then if it's not an error, what should I do? I can paste the formula. Give me the formula. So we're doing this, it leaves this cell blank, you see, but it has a formula. because it is responding to a condition, it identified this cell as an error, then which was true. Then in the if function, it tells us that if it's an error, what should I do? I tell it if it's an error, leave it blank. So when I use two, yes, where have you did this one? When you insert these two, that means you are indicating for blank. Then if it's not an error, put for me this. You can use this in most of other formulas, and you improve on the quality of your Excel work, which is also good. So basically we are done with that first part. We can also look at now calculating this. So this is the individual compliance. Let's look, now we are looking at the individual compliance. So when we are looking at the individual compliance, we have many things we shall look at. Remember, we have dates. Now we have to look for a formula that calculates the trainings done. So the trainings that are done are the ones that are dated. There's always an easy way to do this, and it's very easy. You can just select this. This is D7. If you notice, you can select the whole of this. Now this is we are going to introduce conditional formatting. You can select the whole of this. Okay. Conditional formatting is also good. It helps you to insert formulas in cells without creating additional cells. You can condition a cell. It's just in the Homes tab under conditioning. We can come here. We can come. Okay, let me use color scales. I can use this one. You get? Then I also come. I manage. I can come here. Then I can manage this. How do I manage? I come and I edit this rule. So I can add this color, make it full green. Then I click OK. I can apply this. So you will notice that all trainings that are dated are what? If the training was done, okay, what conditional format? It recognizes every single date that is accompanied in the matrix. So it shows that this team of mine did induction, that is the site orientation, and they also did some trainings. Some trainings we are yet to find out whether they are mandatory or not. So using this we can find out. Remember we have NA, we have I think they are here. You can see them. We have a training that's mandatory, pre-mobilization, like before coming to site. Then we have these trainings that are mandatory post-mobilization. Then we also look at as required, which we no longer have in our TNA. So it's either mandatory or NA. So I can scrap out this for the purpose of, okay, it is for the purpose of this video. I can scrap out this. So we also have trainings that are to be confirmed. You'll notice that we have them. This is to be confirmed. Then we also have NA. Then we have these ones. But remember, we can't look for all these ones. So we are going to put in a formula. We are going to calculate the trainings that have been done and the ones that are supposed to be done. Anything that is not applicable to the personnel, it doesn't count. We are looking at the trainings the person is supposed to do, then also the trainings that he has done. So how do we calculate the individual compliance? In terms of the trainings the company ICC provides to the personnel on site. So we look at we get the trainings done over the total number of trainings that is the person should do. That is the trainings he has done and the trainings he has not yet done. Then we convert that to a percentage. Then we come up with the figure which we attach to him as a an individual compliance in terms of attending these trainings. So we can start now. So I can put equal sign. The easiest formula, the easiest way you can do this, you can use count. When you use count, we can select this. We are selecting one person. Then remember, when you're watching this video, that means you are also a bit well versed with Excel. So you see, it is converting this because it's in percentage, but we haven't yet reached the percentage. Let us first look at the number. So that means this person has done 6 trainings. This is 1, 2, this is 3, 4. Then this is 5, and this is 6. You see? So it counts the 6 trainings the person has to do. So these are the trainings. Okay. So you'll notice that it's now, I think it has a figure. Let us see here. But this is not correct because you can neglect this for now because it is looking at the average percentage, which we shall correct after. Then you have just counted the 6. We are looking for percentage. So this will be over. But the first thing, since I don't want to again select this, I will just copy this. So I've copied it. I've copied it. So it will be over the bracket, okay, of this, because those are the 6 plus the trainings he has not done. Now, the reason why I've pasted it twice, sorry, the reason why I've pasted it twice is because I'm just going to count if. So I'm introducing a new formula, which is count if. So I tell it count if. It tells me, give me a criteria. I'm looking for those trainings this person has to do. So these are the trainings the person has to do. So you'll notice that this bracket closes this closes this, but this bracket, this one, it's the one that closes here. If you noticed when I closed here, it a bit big. Let me try to zoom. Okay, so this is the formula. So when I press enter, it will give me 100. It's 1. So when I convert this 1 to a percentage, it is 60%. It is 60%. That means this person has some trainings he has not yet done. Then we can fill handle this. Fill handle at the bottom right corner. When you get that symbol, we have that. Let me try to zoom a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So when this is our formula, this is the formula. I think I showed you how to come up with it. So you fill handle like from here to here. So you'll notice that it auto calculates. So my company, or this company ICC, is just 53.6% compliant in terms of the trainings. That is in the TNA. So these are the stats, and they are accurate. So but we also want to know in our TNA, we want to insert conditions on these ones, because now, for example, if you are told to identify which training is our HSE lead 2 is missing to do, remember all these are not colored. We only have the trainings that are supposed to be done that are colored. So you will find that it will be hard for you to trace this to come up with all these trainings. So what we do, we usually select the first cell which is a D7. Now you have to be critical here. Now you have to keep this D7 in mind. So when you select the whole of this, remember our conditions are going to work from a D7. That is it a column, a row? Is it row 7, column D? Yeah. So it is. So I select the whole of this. Then after that, I come and I insert a condition. I have 3 conditions. I have a condition. I have a condition to set on not applicable, then TBC, which is to be confirmed, and the MP, which is mandatory post mobilization. So what I do, I come here, then I edit, I add a new rule, then I'm going to use a formula. So what I do, I insert an equal sign. In Microsoft Excel, whenever you're going to start a formula, or whenever you're going to insert a formula, we always start with an equal sign. That is then we have our D7. So if D7 is equal to what? To NA. You see how easy these things are? So what it tells us, what should we do? I tell it format for me. It's responding. Okay, it responds. Format this cell to me through this color. If D7 is equal to NA, you format it to that color. So now this is, I apply. You'll notice that if you can see in the background that all NAs have turned to that color. So then we can add a new rule. We can use a formula. So which is if D7 is equal to TBC to be confirmed. The training is not yet confirmed whether these specific personnel have to do it. Then what color can we assign it? We can assign it this color. So you click OK, then we apply. You see that this one has also changed. Then we can also add another condition, equal sign. Okay. If D7 equal, now this you do it for once, equal to M space P. Then what condition should we assign to this? These have to be yellow. So that means they are not yet done. You'll notice that this one on the right corner it changed. So I click OK. So we have all our cells are conditioned, if you notice. So we have just used conditional formatting. In these few minutes we had, we have converted our TNA from where we started from. So any company can build up this, and it can track progress for the specific personnel, and it can be something good in terms of areas of improvement and where to work from, because it's a training needs assessment, and it also leads to a development of the team and areas of concern. So basically today's videos we have managed to tackle a lot. Then I think tomorrow we shall be now looking at or in our next video we can look at capturing the training hours, because you have durations. So this training is 3 hours. We can capture all these hours here, so we can capture. Then we can also look at we can also look at the course validity, like for example 5 years, 6 years this training was done, and it's we can insert a condition on a condition that if this training was done in this training is its course validity is 3 years. So if someone did it like in 2020, we can set a condition that our TNAs can be able to tell us that this training was done but it's now expired and this person has to go back and retrain or resit it again. So we can also do that. Then we can also capture the training hours per year. We can also do that. We can also, there are some trainings, like for example, we shall look at adding some modified conditions. Like for example, when you look at the SIPS program, whereby the first 6 months, we can also work around that. And for example, there are some specific trainings like SIPS where you have to have done it 6 months after you being on site. So if you did it, if you did the SIPS program 6 months after, okay, like okay, let me just say you did it in the 8th month or 7th month, the training has to be done 6 months before when you're on site. So you have to, you can also insert a condition there. And then the other thing also, let me summarize this and we move to something else. Like for example, if this person, our HSC admin 2, has 32, but these are all safety people. So we can, I can try to show you something, what happens. Let me see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to unfreeze. I'm going to unfreeze. I think it's somewhere here. All right. So I'm going to freeze bands. You freeze here. Oh, okay. So I'm going to freeze bands there. So what I do, I want us to look at the percentages. So we shall, these are safety people. So we can tell some of the training they're supposed to do. So when you look at general scaffold safety awareness, these ones have to be done. Like, okay, for example, you have been called to align the TNA one. When you put like MP, right, these conditions we put are automatic. The color changes. You notice that the percentage starts to fall and also change. So if this person is supposed to do it, that means the whole of these people have to do it. You see how the percentage changes? Yeah. So then you say that flagman, spotter, safety awareness. Then you also have this one, work area hazard assessment, competent person. So the more changes you put in the TNA, they also affect the percentage, and that is basically what I can cover in our first video. I don't want to make it a bit longer. For example, if this person did this training on the 19th of this month, this is September 2024, we also look at the way you put in the date. So I've just typed, I haven't yet pressed enter. When I press enter, it turns yellow. You'll notice that his percentage changed and also the average percentage changes. So making this a very realistic figure. You can develop something like this or something slightly smaller than this, and for the to fit in the specific trainings, then you can track the compliance of your team and you can tally. In now, if we continue developing this, we shall see that you can add dashboards. We can add dashboards on this. We can track specific trainings. Yeah, basically. For now, let me cover this, and it's MSS. Have a nice day.